Good afternoon, all my dear friends. My name is Luis Ramos Martins. Uh, in this afternoon, I'm trying to explain about scientific approach that become our target in learning teaching methodology. Here, I would like to explain the specific aspect that are including in scientific approach. Let us knowing together about the background of the scientific approach. Well, my dear friends, scientific approach is created to make a better steps to enhance the teaching subject matter at senior high school systematically and increasing the way of thinking of the students. Refers to the 2004 curriculum, which is still to dense and full of number of materials and subjects that become problem for the students. While the 2013 curriculum is educate future competence, as we know, teachers give more and wider opportunity for the students to expand and explore the knowledge, and teachers responsible is just giving explanation, guideline, and some helps. Let us see together the theory of scientific approach. Scientific approach is a powerful weapon or ammunition to cultivate, dig deeply the errors in studying and gain a new knowledge. And it gives teachers occasion to advance the method of study before and make new innovation and great benefit for the students to think critically and do everything in a detailed way and have coherence to one another in order to avoid a confusion. It means that by the help of scientific approach can help us to understand and can create a mutual understanding between the teachers and the students. Okay, now we are in the methods that in scientific approach that will be defined one by one here. We'll look together at the first point. It's about talking about observing. Well, in observing, teacher gives and introduces to the students the object that will become the target of their observation. It can be done by reading, listening, and seeing the object material. Uh, how can I would like to explain this one? In observing time or observing occasion, any teacher will prepare an object that become the target of the student to to uh, to to get the knowledge or to get the information. Here there are some ways in observing the target that become the observation. A, the student determine the target. B, the student should know the purpose of the observation or their observation and how or ways they are using in doing the observation and the limitation of the object that they are going to observe and how the student think hard and carefully in doing it, and it means that doing the observation. And then if the student must or should report the result of their observation to the teacher. And then G, comprehension, how their knowledge, how they know about the object that become the target in observation. The materials that become the target of the observation can be some reading, picture, or text to become the target in observation. For instance, I written here fable, myth, a novel, etc. The second point is questioning. In questioning, students begin to build their critical thinking to be actively in sharing their ideas about the object, asking and knowing how to convey the idea in proper way and manners. The question must relate to the object that are given. It means it should be related to one another about the question and the object, like stated above. For example, the fable may be about the mouse deer and the elephant, and the question should be around the fable, which is about the mouse deer and the elephant. Third point, or the number three, about experimenting. Uh, in experimenting, teacher try to encouraging students to discuss together in group or divide it or separate the student in some groups. It depends the amount of the student in the classroom, how many, and each groups may consist of 5 or 6 students in order to help the students to enhance their way of thinking and to work in team building and to build mutual understanding as well as trusting one another. This step also the way to show a temporal answer in order to find the proof and the true information or the true answer from the teacher or the other friends. Number five, let us look together. It's about setting my friends. Okay, associating. Associating is the activity to associate the information occur within a group. And there are some activities in doing the associating. Number one is the students should find the relationship between one information with another information to avoid the confusion or something that feels strange or weird. Number two, discussing and assessing with each group. It means the student must be able to share their ideas in their group to know and search the true answer. And then number three, analyze the information. Here in analyze, the students should to what like a detective to search well to analyze uh, the problem that happened in the object that become their observation before. And number four, explaining the characters of the activities in detail. The students should try to explain the characters of the activities, how and why. Number five, the students should find information from other sources. Here, the students also think hard and take good decision to analyze the information which is occurring in the group. Here, ability is needed. The brain must be work hard too, and they have to concentrate and focus and do not in hurry in doing such things because it should be what we need to patience to doing it. Here, let us jump to we're going to the fifth point or the 5 point is about communicating, how we speak, how we convey our idea from our teacher and from our friends. In communicating is ability for students or in their groups to for first demonstrating attitude, how they show their attitude. It means to show respect, the manners, how to speak. skills, and understanding the substance of learning in front of the class. Yeah, they try to um, stand in front of their teacher and friends and say the result of their observation. And listening and providing additional input. Teacher to listening to each other, try to respect, pay attention to one another, and clarify the result of the student. They need to clarify whether it is right or not. They should to work together again to clarify, to make it fixed. And the last is providing feedback on students' performance. It means teachers should give feedback about their performance that they have conveyed in front of the class, so that make the students feel, my teacher respect our performance. So it is a good relation, to build a good relation between the teacher and the student. Communicating teach the student to learn speaking orally by intention to encourage them to deliver the idea freely without um, fear or shy, etc. But they are freely in conveying their ideas in front of their friends. And let us together look about finding and discussion in scientific approach. The implementation of scientific approach in teaching English for senior high school is related to the process of the teaching for learning skills like speaking, listening, reading, and writing in four kinds of genres learned at the grade at senior high school. Just like I have written, the object of the observation is about fable of the mouse, deer, and the elephant. Students are asked to read the fable, try to understand the content of the fable, the main role and the characteristic from the mouse, deer, and the elephant, and what happened in the story, so that the teacher asks them and they can give the best answer, the clear answer to the question of their teacher. In time of answering the question, they can discuss with their friends in the group, make team building to work together and trust each other. Then they attempt to strive to analyze the information, whether each of the information has a relationship to one another or not. After that, they can deliver the result and their comprehension about the fable that they have read and discussed together in a group orally, and having an encouragement to speak in front of the teachers and their friends. Well, my dear friends, here we come to the last, that is about completion of scientific approach, the completion from the whole explanation about the scientific approach. I myself try to make an inference or a conclusion from the scientific approach. Well, scientific approach is a tool to make students feel free, carefree in doing their study, thinking critically, to improve their ability, especially ability to have high thinking, to solve problems systematically, enhance their skills in every area of education, typically in four language skills. Speaking, they have to speak, listening, knowing how to listen and depends it words that are being spoken by others, or reading to analyze well the text information and how to writing well. If feel comfortable in oneself, feel freely, just like I said before, because of the curiousness about something, and to enhance self-esteem. It means by the help of scientific approach, students can improve their knowledge and they can get a better future for their life, and they can, at last, they can earn income for their whole life and their life later. My dear friends, thank you very much. That's all my explanation about scientific approach. Its background, the theory, and some specific ways you can use in scientific approach to build critical thinking in a student and how to restore the STEM education in our system educational in Indonesia. Thank you very much.